Welcome back to Teachable Moments with April. Today we're going to talk about self-publishing with Amazon. Now, originally when I had my poetry published, I did not start with Amazon. I started with a company called Publish America. I found out about Publish America online by helping another person who I worked with who also writes poetry. And I was trying to look up publishers on her behalf. So anyway, I don't think that the individual that I'm speaking of, she went with the online publishing route, but I did. And it got me back into writing poetry of my own by looking for on her half. I got inspired again. I always liked poetry. When I was in high school, I had a friend that we would collect other people's poetry and read them to each other. We loved poetry that much. My high school friend also wrote poetry, her own poetry. So I looked further into this particular company, Publish America, and they basically foot the bill for everything, printing it out, distribution, the whole nine. And that's what I liked about it. I liked how easy it was. Basically, you would submit your poetry electronically, obviously online, and they would let you know if they accepted your manuscripts. If you haven't heard about Anchor, it's the easiest way to make a podcast. Let me explain. It's free. There's creation tools that allow you to record and edit your podcast right from your phone or computer. Anchor will distribute your podcast for you so it can be heard on Spotify, Apple Podcasts, and many, many more. You can make money from your podcast with no minimum listenership. It's everything you need to make a podcast in one place, and that's what I love about it. When I came across it, actually on Spotify, and I thought I'd always been wondering how to do it, how to make that transition into it. And Anchor has made it so easy, and I am so glad that I have found it, and I've started my podcast for my social skills group, and hopefully I can use it for my students as well in my class. So download the free Anchor app or go to Anchor FM to get started. As the publishing process went forward, we went back and forth online. You would pick out the cover art for your book, the title of your book, and so forth and so on. They would work with you step by step through the entire process, and then they would present you with the final product and what it would look like. They would let you know which companies they would distribute to, Barnes & Noble, Amazon, so forth and so on. What I liked about it is that even though I knew nothing about publishing, they were very patient. They answered all my questions. It was very cost effective, and they were willing to take a chance on me. At some point, they actually changed their name, and I believe it was America Star or American Star Publishing. I don't know if they were bought out. I don't remember because it's been a long time since this occurred or happened since I was published. My books were published through them. Further down the line, I decided that I wanted to go with Amazon because of ebooks became very popular. I started to hear about them. I started seeing things online, of course, people reading ebooks. So I figured that might be the more smarter way to go. I didn't get around to converting all of my books to ebooks, but I did take newer poems that I wrote and had them converted into an ebook, one ebook, which is called Obsidian Dreams, a collection of poetry. A friend of mine recently, and more of an acquaintance, recently contacted me, and he asked me about my books, and I kind of moved on to the next thing, which is what I'm doing now. I tend to become like immersed in different things and how to do things and learning, even a little bit obsessed in a way, and I hadn't really checked on my books. Were they still in print? Well, when I looked into it, I found out that no, they were not. And so now where I'm at now is I'm collecting my poetry, actual hard copy copies of my poetry, and I am thinking to revisit it and to actually convert them into ebooks or Kindles for Amazon. So slowly but surely, I've been doing that little by little, is cataloging them and categorizing them so that when I do decide to do it via Amazon, the ebooks, they will be according to genre. Now, the reason why I'm doing this particular topic for this podcast is for others. When I learn something new, I want to share it with other people that maybe that you don't know about it. So if you have any poetry and you're looking for a way to self-publish, Amazon is a great place to go because they make things very user-friendly, even for someone that is a beginner who hasn't been through the process already. So when you go to Amazon, what you're going to do is you're going to look up self-publish, usually at the bottom of their home screen, and it's going to walk you through it. You also, something that I saw that was new was that if you want to do a series of books, which is what I probably will go with, is pick a series. Okay, and it will walk you through how to do the cover art, submit the information, putting it together, and so forth and so on. Before you commit to it, though, I have to say, even though I feel a certain type of way about Amazon, I really, really like it, do your research and look and see what's out there and figure out what's best for you. Okay, don't just take my word for it. Do the research and see. Maybe there's something else out there that you feel more comfortable with and that you think will best suit you. Because there are a lot of companies out there, publishing companies, that are not reliable. And so just do the research and follow what feels good in your spirit, what feels right, what feels like the right thing for you. And I hope that this information was useful to some of you, if you're thinking about it, or you know someone who is a writer and is looking for something cost-effective, easy, beginner-friendly, and well-known and reputable.